Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers Mike Tomlin speaks out on Russell Wilson after his first two-turnover game. Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin shared how he believes quarterback Russell Wilson will bounce back after a tough outing against the Baltimore Ravens. Head coach Mike Tomlin told the media the Pittsburgh Steelers had defenders trying to do too much during the team's Week 16 loss to the Baltimore Ravens. The same may have been the case for Steelers quarterback Russell Wilson. Against the Ravens on December 21, Wilson scrambled around and forced throws more often than he had previously this season. Some of that worked. Wilson rushed for a season-high 27 yards and completed a couple impressive third-down throws. But he also committed 2 turnovers for the first time in 9 starts with the Steelers. The day after the game, though, Tomlin expressed confidence that Wilson will bounce back quickly. "I expect him to respond. He's been doing this a long time," Tomlin said. "He's tough on himself because he's got a desire to be great. He wants to lead us to victory. He owns that, but I don't expect it to be an issue in terms of his trajectory of his approach or readiness this week." Wilson scrambled for a 19-yard gain early in the second quarter. The run had the Steelers inside the Ravens' 5-yard line, but Wilson fumbled at the end of the play. Then during the fourth quarter, Wilson threw a pick six with the Steelers already trailing by 7 points. As Tomlin indicated, Wilson is tough on himself. That was evident when Wilson spoke to reporters immediately after the 17-point loss to the Ravens. "I put that game on me in the sense of there are 2 great opportunities there," he told the media. "They made 2 plays on us that were significant plays. Unfortunately, I can't let that happen." Wilson explained that he tried to cut back when he saw Ravens safety Darius Washington was closing in near the 5-yard line. Steelers fans on social media during the game criticized Wilson for not sliding. After the game, the quarterback explained that he was trying to score. "That was one of the best examples of Wilson perhaps trying to do too much." In retrospect, Tomlin admitted that he also wished Wilson would have slid. Or, Wilson could have simply braced himself better for the hit to avoid fumbling. For much of the second half of the season, the Steelers have had a 2-game lead in the AFC North. But with Tomlin's team losing its past 2 games, the Steelers are now in a first-place tie with the Ravens at 10-5. The Steelers could have clinched the division with a win on December 21. Although they failed to deliver, they can still win the AFC North. The Steelers must beat the Kansas City Chiefs and Cincinnati Bengals to accomplish that feat. If they lose either game, they will need the Ravens to fall as well to secure the division title. The Steelers have already clinched a playoff spot. But with the AFC North title, the Steelers would play at home in the first round of the postseason. A home game is always an advantage in the playoffs. But it would give the Steelers a particular edge this season. Pittsburgh's defense has been a much better unit at Acrisure Stadium this season. Steelers securing AFC North and home playoff game is obviously important. But even more crucial knowing how the defense plays at home/away. Points per game allowed this year. Home, 15.5 ppg. Away, 22.9 ppg. Pittsburgh a mess on the road. Tons of communication issues. #Steelers. The Steelers will play the Chiefs and Bengals at Acrisure Stadium to end the regular season. Bill Cowher sends a warning about Steelers in playoffs. The NFL's relentless schedule waits for no one, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are facing that reality head-on. Fresh off a tough 34-17 loss to the Ravens, the team was back grinding at the UPMC Rooney Sports Complex on Sunday. Their next challenge? A Christmas Day showdown with the Kansas City Chiefs, who are hunting for a 3rd straight Super Bowl title. For Mike Tomlin and his crew, this 2-game skid couldn't have come at a worse time, especially with AFC North championship hopes hanging in the balance. Despite recent setbacks, there's a silver lining. NFL legend Bill Cowher sees serious potential in the Steelers squad. The Steelers' injury front is showing promising signs. George Pickens looks ready to rejoin the action after sitting out 3 games with a nagging hamstring. T.J. Watt's recovery is also trending in the right direction as regular season play winds down. At 10-5, the Steelers are ready to shake off their recent struggles. The schedule hasn't done them any favors, with 4 of their last 5 games on the road resulting in a mixed 2-3 record. Now, they'll get to close out the regular season in familiar territory at home, though the quick turnaround presents its own challenges. While their postseason spot is secure, every game counts as the Chiefs chase the AFC's top seed. Saturday's defeat to Baltimore has certainly spiced up the AFC North race, with the Ravens pulling even with Pittsburgh. Yet hope remains alive for Steelers Nation. Winning their final 2 matchups would lock up both the division crown and a coveted home playoff game. Steelers predicted to replace Russell Wilson with 84-touchdown star quarterback. For the Steelers, the thrill of the 4-2 start the team established under Justin Fields and the subsequent 4-game winning streak that followed once veteran Russell Wilson took over at quarterback has faded into a difficult reality. The Steelers, it seems, are a good team, but without a top-of-the-line quarterback, they'll never be great. Both Fields and Wilson have been pleasant surprises this season. But following Saturday's loss to the Ravens, a convincing 34-17 defeat, Pittsburgh has now lost 3 of 5 and has shown it can't quite hang with the top teams in the game. This week it was one AFC contender, Baltimore, while last week it was an NFC contender, the Eagles. Fields and Wilson were both brought in as stopgap options, with a chance to stick around if things went well. It's become clear that, moving forward, the Steelers are unlikely to bring back Fields, but could keep Wilson around with the understanding that he is 36 years old and the Steelers need to draft or sign a better young option. At Fox Sports, the site's recent mock draft has the Steelers getting especially lucky with one of the top quarterbacks in the college game slipping to them in the teens. That would be Miami quarterback Cam Ward, predicted to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft in some circles. Ward led the nation in touchdown passes this season with 36, bringing his impressive career total to 84, after having registered 2 good years at Washington State. He threw for 4,123 yards on the season and was the ACC Player of the Year. As analyst Rob Rang, the mock's architect, wrote, in predicting Ward to Pittsburgh, the Steelers' success this season while rotating quarterbacks is commendable, but with both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields pending free agents, the club has little choice but to be evaluating this year's rookie crop. Agile, instinctive and accurate, Ward could be a fun fit should Pittsburgh decide to draft and develop a young quarterback. If the Steelers were to get a quarterback of Ward's quality in the 2025 draft, it would raise some questions about how long Wilson would be expected to stay. The plan, no doubt, would be to make Ward the starter in place of Wilson sooner rather than late, but would Wilson want to re-sign in Pittsburgh for 1 year when he might have multi-year offers elsewhere? And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Cam Ward? Leave your opinion in the comments.